Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Professor Dr. Rizwan Jamil Qureshi, and I'm associated with Faculty of Computing and Information Technology, King Abdulaziz University, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I talk about software activities in my previous video, software process activities. And software process activities, we have projects as specifications, we have design and implementation, we have validation, we have evolution. So these are the main software process activities. In my previous video, which was uploaded on 27th of December 2019, and it was almost 1 year gap, I'm talking about the continuation of that video. But I'm sorry for that. So let's continue from that point where we had left, and now I'm talking about the continuation of the software project specs, which is the first main specs of the specifications. We have project specs after the planning phase. Once we complete planning phase, we must have project specs. So in this video, maybe I'm not able to cover all specs, but I will try to cover the project specs today. Because it's a second video, we are talking about project specs. Project specs has two names. We normally call it project proposal, or we also call it baseline document. So these are the alternative names we use for project specs. Project specs has two main contents. The first is project introduction, and project introduction I talked in detail in my last video, so you can check there. The thing I was not able to complete in my previous video, that was the feasibilities. We have many type of feasibilities, but the most important feasibilities that must be included in project specs are economic, technical, operational, and schedule. Let's begin with the economic, which is the first one I was talking. Economic feasibility is composed of two contents. We have project benefits and we have to calculate project cost. So estimating project benefits and estimating project cost are the main objectives to perform economic feasibility. Estimating project benefits. We have two types of benefits. We have tangible and we have intangible. The tangible, that can be calculated in monetary values, in money values, in dollar or in euro or Saudi Riyal or Pakistani rupee. And then we have intangible, which cannot be directly calculated in monetary values. So, but they have strong impact. They contribute the tangible. Like if I talk about intangible, we have quality. Quality cannot be measured, estimated in monetary values. We cannot say that, for example, Nestle has quality of 100 Pakistani rupee or $100 or 100 Saudi Riyal. But quality has impact on sale, to increase the sale. High quality results in more sale, and that's the tangible benefit. Increased sale is the one of the tangible benefits. So let me cover the tangible, then I will cover the intangible. The most important tangible benefit that customer is interested is the time and cost saving. That after implementing the new system, what are the time saving and cost saving effects? We have cause and effect relation. Because of the new system, how much customers' time and cost will be saved. So, masalan, for example, we have ATM system. We can take many examples. Let's talk about ATM, which is almost daily life example. Everybody is almost using that. ATM system, before ATM and after ATM, what makes the difference for the bank, for any bank? Like in Pakistan, we have Bank Habib Bank, and we have National Bank. In Saudi Arabia, we have Samba, Saudi American Bank. We have Bank of Riyadh. We have Al Raji. And if we talk about standard banks, we have Standard Chartered Bank is there. We have Grindlays Bank is there. We have Citibank is there. So before ATM and after ATM, what makes the difference? In case of without ATM, let's talk about without ATM. Bank needs more employee to deal with the customers, and they need more staff, they need more time, they need more cost, they need more effort, more resources. And if we talk about customer point of view, customer also has problems. For example, they need to wait for the banking hours, they need to take care about the working days. So on holiday, in the night, if they have emergency, they cannot go to the bank to take money because bank is closed. Banking time is there. But with ATM, they can have 24-hour service, 24 by 7. And that's a big advantage for the customer point of view. They don't need to take care about the banking hours or weekends and so on. Let's talk about bank. We are talking about time saving and cost saving. If they need 10 employees in any branch, they have branches. In any branch, if for example they need 10, they have 5 branches, 10 multiplied by 50. So 50 employees salary, 50 employees time, effort, resources are there. In case of ATM, if you check any branch, normally now we have 3 to 5 people which are dealing with the customers to deposit the cash, to withdraw the cash. So the rest 5, if for example I'm taking 5, normally they have 2 or 3. If I go to Samba, Saudi American Bank, where KU has my salaried account, normally they have 2 or 3 employees which are involved in the customers withdraw, deposit, and so on. So let's take 5. So out of 10, 5 employees you don't need. Bank doesn't need them. So their salary, their time, their effort, their resources can be consumed to increase the business, to have some other businesses for the bank, for example credit card services, for example loan services, for example insurance services, and so on. They can expand. On the top of that, they can have more branches because of this way. So new information system doesn't cut down the human resources. It's other way around. It increase the business, it increase the more number of people, more humans to be involved for the bank. So bank has time saving, cost saving. Let's talk about one employee salary, for example, per hour is 1000 Riyal. Or for example in Pakistan, per hour is for example 1000 rupee. If you talk about USA, maybe they have 1000 or $500 per hour. So $500 per hour multiplied by 5. You have 8 hours, 8 hour multiplied by 500. So $4,000 per day saving. If you talk about per month, then multiply by 30. If you talk about 1 year, then you multiply with that amount with the 12. So per day saving, per month saving, per year saving. So it's a huge saving for the bank. So that's an example that how the information system cut down the time and cost. Then let's talk about some other automation of the processes that also saved time and cost. because information system has automated processes, so you don't need to have manual processes, and in this way you cut down resources like pages and files and folders cost are saved, and the photocopying process and then the papers wastage and so on. So it's a huge saving because of the information system, because it's an electronic means to share information, and there is no need to duplicate the data, no need to have redundant data. So that's all. Resources are saved. So time saved, cost saved, resources are saved. And then we have error reduction. Humans always do mistake normally because of there are so many social reasons, so many mental health problem, physical health problems are there. I'm sorry. So let's talk about humans' mistake. Humans get bored, get tired, get sick, family problem, car problem, or bill problems. For example, it's now common in Pakistan, but we don't have such problems in Saudi Arabia because electronic, normally people pay through the online means. So you have to take care about such issues. For example, I will give you an example of my personal experience. I leased, normally we have leasing, car leasing, motorbike leasing. Humans can do mistake in terms of data entry because of some other psychological or social or physical sickness or problems. I leased a motorbike from Oryx Leasing Company, which is a very popular company. It was 1 year lease. Now, the Oryx Leasing Company asked me to pay advance checks of 1 year. So I signed the checks and I gave them, and we signed the contract, Aqd. After 1 year, I paid that amount in my account and they withdraw from that account. So automatically there was some down payment and there was monthly installments. After 1 year, I went to the Oryx Leasing Company that please transfer the vehicle on my name. Then the guy who was dealing with me, the sales guy or the marketing guy, he said, sorry, your last two checks are bounced. So you have to pay penalty, gharama, fine. So instead of, for example, it was 10,000 Pakistani rupees, now you have to pay 12,000 Pakistani rupees because your two checks are bounced. So 1,000 rupees per month, there was fine. I said no. I checked my account. You withdraw money every month till the 12th month, till the last month. So then that guy asked me, okay, go to the bank, bring the bank statement. I say, okay. So it was very far from my office, from my university, where I was working. Its name is the University of Lahore in Pakistan. So I had to drive from my university to the Oryx Leasing. Then I went to the bank. Then bank gave me last 1 year bank statement. I then went to the Oryx Leasing Company again. I showed them the bank statement, and then that guy checked with in the computer the data of my account, and then he said sorry. When he checked the check numbers, he said sorry, our data entry operator mistakenly entered these two checks in some other customer's account. So it was our mistake. We apologize for this one, for this problem, for this issue. And after some hassle, 1 to 2 weeks, they transfer the vehicle to my name. Now in this way, Oryx Leasing Company time was wasted, my time was wasted, bank time was wasted because of human data entry mistake, because their system, account system, is not connected to the bank system. If, for example, their account is linked with the bank system automatically, then there is no manual human involvement. So in this way, time is saved, cost is saved. So error reduction is another problem. We can reduce the errors through the information system where we have high chances of error in the manual system. Same is the case of production. Manual production, more mistakes are there, more defects are there. Human production, more mistakes, more defects, whereas automated production, there are less defects. And high productivity is another factor because of the automation information system. I will give you one example. In Japan, their car plant is automated. Car manufacturing plant is automated. Their daily production, average production is 2,500 to 3,000 cars per day. In Honda company in Japan. Whereas Honda company in Pakistan, they have manual plant. Till the last information I received from one of my colleagues working in Honda as marketing and production manager, blah blah blah. Then in Honda, they have 4 assembly lines. If they work for 24 hours in 3 shifts, 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour, or 2 shifts, 12 hour, 12 hour with overtime of 4 hours per day, still maximum their production is 350 to 400 cars per day. If you check the production rate, 2,500 to 3,000 cars per day, and 350 to 400 max in case of manual production, there is a huge difference in productivity. Their Honda in Pakistan, Honda motorbike is automated. Previously it was manual. Now their production rate is 5,000 motorbikes per day. 3 to 5 minutes, one motorbike is ready from assembly line. Can you imagine the production, the very fast production, high productivity? So that's another difference, that because of information system, that makes the difference in increased productivity and less defects. So that is the another advantage of information system, and the tangible benefits are there. Better sale, increased sale. For example, normally I take the example of Amazon. Amazon company was a small bookshop in car garage. Nobody knows even in the next street or in the city that there is a bookshop in the car garage. After the Amazon has a website, www.amazon.com. Now, from street to city, city to country, country to continental level, they have global business, 24-hour business. When America, we have almost 10 to 12 hour differences there. If there is a day in America, there is a business in the day. In the night, when we have day in Pakistan or in central what is called the Middle East, when we have day, they have night. So we have, Amazon has a business here. So all over the world, they are covering globally how much their sale is increased. And there is not only it's a small difference. You can calculate that if city is covered, how much the increase in sale. If country is covered, America has 50 states. Now Amazon has businesses all over the world. Like we have AliExpress, Alibaba.com, we have eBay. These are the popular e-commerce website. So the Amazon, let's take only example of Amazon. How much? So Amazon owner is one of the richest men in the world, one of the richest men. So that makes the difference. You can calculate per product sale. in street to city, city to country, country to continental. America has almost 50 states, and in Pakistan, in India, India has a large, huge market is there. Their population is so much, and China and Russia and America, England, Germany, so on. So there is a huge difference. So then you can have another example because of the information system, how much the tangible benefit is there. Amazon started with only one product, that was books. It was early 2000. I remember I checked their website, only books were there. Then Amazon started cosmetics. Second product was introduced. Increase productivity, increase sale, increase customer coverage. From cosmetics to electronics. Electronics, third item. Then sports accessories, sports machines and joggers and tracksuits and so on. And then now Amazon is a complete shopping mall. You can buy products from A to Z, like a supermarket. You can buy chicken, mutton, anything, cosmetics, electronics, books, and so on. So there is a huge difference because of information system. So you can calculate that how much you are able to cover the target market. They capture the market. All items are there. So that's another example of tangible benefits. Then better management, planning and control is another tangible benefit. We have different type of planning. I will cover in my another video because of the time scope of the video is not enough. Better management, planning and control is another tangible benefit. You can have plans and through the systems. So normally information systems are the result of the planning. We have long-term plan, we have short-term plan, we have operational plan. So long-term plan are normally we say it takes more than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and so on, 10 years, 20 years. So the long term, like for example, ERP system is a long-term plan. ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System, is a collection of integrated systems. And you have long-term plan to develop an ERP, which is a collection of integrated systems like HR, human resource, customer relationship management system, supply chain management system, logistics support system, financial system, account system, attendance system, inventory system, payroll, blah, blah, blah. So for example, your long-term plan is ERP. So information system, like you start with transaction processing system. So that's the first milestone, and that is a short-term plan. You divide the long-term into short-term, so you decided to start with the transaction processing system. So long-term planning, short-term planning, then day-to-day planning. So long-term is divided. You do long-term through the information system, and then if you do manually, it's not a wise decision because you don't have the track record and minutes of meeting and all that will be there in the information system. Then you do the short term, which is composed of 4 months, 6 months or 1 year. I thought to cover in another video, but without this I cannot complete the tangible benefit of better management, planning and control. So I have to cover here the short term plan, 3 months, 4 months, so 6 months up to 1 year is called the short term plan. So TPS, transaction processing system, is the first milestone. So you start the TPS and how you are developing the transaction processing system, that's also monitored through the software. Then day to day, So day to day is also monitored through the information system, daily task allocation, daily progress, daily integration, daily testing, and so on, daily coding. So that's also in the in the software. So the long-term plan is also through the information system. Short-term plan, you develop the information system through software. Day to day, you track and everything, that's also through the software. So better management is there. So management, we normally say plan, monitor, and control. So you are doing planning, you are doing monitoring, you are controlling through the information system. And top executives, how it's tangible. The top executives, top management, they don't need to travel from their hometown to the country where they are implementing the system. Normally, the companies have offices in third world or second world countries due to cheap labor like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. So, American customers, American software companies like Microsoft, Google, Apple, IBM, HP, they have offices in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Middle East in Dubai. So they don't need to travel from USA to India, Pakistan, or Dubai. By sitting in USA, they can plan, they can track, they can monitor everything. So the traveling expenses, traveling cost is reduced. So that's another major difference. Because of the information system, the tangible benefits are there in terms of traveling expenses. Then you can monitor, you can track, you can control through the, so MIS is there, management information system. Through the MIS, you can plan, you can monitor, you can control, you can track, you can track progress, assign task, check the status, everything, assign resources, what is the deployment stages, all through the information system. So that's another tangible benefit. Let me have another tangible benefit, that is, for example, there is a company, General Electric. General Electric has an engineer, his name is David I. Smith. David I. Smith worked for General Electric almost 40 years. So he started to work with General Electric at the age of 25, and he was going to retire at the age of 60. So 45 years is a huge period. And General Electric has a product, it's called diesel engine to generate electricity. So that diesel engine is used in the remote areas, in the production sites, in the construction sites to generate power. Now, David I. Smith was a senior engineer, and they have service centers all over the world, all over the America, almost 50 states. So some states are very big, like Texas is very large, is a huge state. So it's almost like Pakistan. The area is covered. Or if you say, like, for example, the whole Middle East, excluding Saudi Arabia, or maybe including some part of Saudi Arabia, can be covered. So he has to travel. So traveling expenses, then hoteling expenses, travel through the airline, through the aeroplane. So airline cost, hotel expenses, daily expenses, food expenses, traveling expenses in terms of taxi, cab, phone expenses. And his salary was almost $150,000 per month. So it was almost a budget of $300,000 per month. At the age of 60, he said, enough is enough. Now, because of so much travel, because I'm continuously in travel all over the year, I'm suffering my health problem, and my family issues and social issues are there. So I need to break this momentum. I have to take a break, and I need to resign. Now, he was the main key person to deal with those engine. So David I. Smith has to travel all over the America, and the customer has to wait for him for 1 month or 2 months that he will come and our engine will be fixed. So customers normally have to purchase 2 or 3 engines. So backup engines are there. So it was crisis. It was a disaster for General Electric after this news. Now they thought to develop an information system as an expert system, and the project was called Great Project, and then they call it the project assigned the title Delta. So Delta was started, and General Electric requested to David I. Smith that you don't resign. We need you. So we need to transfer all your data, your knowledge into an expert system. We will pay you the same salary as you are taking. You don't need to travel. You sit in the office, deal with the programmers, and transfer the data. So he accepted to transfer his knowledge into an expert system, the Delta. It took 5 years, and finally the system was ready. Now any technician, any diploma holder, any mechanic can deal with this system. Just enter the problem of the engine. Engine will show, the system will show the architecture of the engine, how to fix it without damaging other parts, then safety precautions for the technician, for the mechanic, so he will not hurt himself. Both complete architecture, complete safety measurements, complete fixing is done. Now within 1 to 2 days, engines were repaired. It was installed in all service centers of General Electric company, and the testing was successful, and then customers were very happy. General Electric was very happy, and General Electric customers were very happy. Customers of General Electric were very happy. Now their engines were fixed within a couple of days instead of waiting for months that David I. Smith will come and fix our engine. So if you talk about time saving, cost saving of the General Electric, it's huge. They preserve the knowledge of David I. Smith, their senior engineer. So if we talk about $300,000 per month saving, multiply by 12, 1 year saving, and you cannot imagine how much is the time saving, cost saving. It's a huge benefit, tangible benefit to the General Electric. So these are the some tangible benefits I covered. Let me complete the intangible, so in the next lecture I can start the estimating project cost of the project specs activity. Intangible benefits, we have quality. I just discussed few minutes before that quality has impact. High quality, like I remember the case of Samsung Honor, when nobody knows about Samsung in 90s, he asked his managers, his engineers, I don't want to compromise on quality. I don't bother about quantity, quality. There is no compromise on quality. So improve quality regardless of the quantity. And then it was major shift of Samsung. Samsung was involved in the construction business and some other government projects and so on. Then they focused on electronics, and finally their first TV was introduced as a major high quality product, and then it breaks the ice, and then people start knowing about Samsung company. Then when Nokia mobile phone was suffering, which was one of the market leaders, and then when Nokia suffered because of their smartphone, and that was a space gap was available, and Samsung captured the market in terms of smartphones. So after iPhone, they are the second largest sellers in the world. So because of the major shift from quantity to quality, and Samsung becomes the market leader in electronics items in the mobile sector. So that's one of the intangible benefit. Let's talk about Nestle. Nestle has 500 scientists which are working in Switzerland. It's a Switzerland-based company, and they are working in 144 countries in the world. So there's a major market capture by Nestle company. They have 5,000 scientists in the Switzerland laboratory working R&D to improve the quality of the Nestle company products, as well as to introduce new products. So quality of the Nestle is very high, and that is the reason it is one of the leaders in the market. One of the leaders. Unilever is another example. In Saudi Arabia, Al Marai is one of the leaders in the food sector. And then, for example, there is Nadik. Nadik company is there, and there are many which have the high quality products. Then employees morale. Because of information system, employees morale is improved. Before information system, we call data entry operator, we call clerical staff, clerk. And in Pakistan, clerk is like a dog. So it's so bad reputation and bad word attached to you. Where you are working, what is your profession? I'm a clerk. So it doesn't look sound, it does not look nice to sound. So that's change. Now you have, after information system, we call them data entry operator, we call them IT assistant. So that's so they feel better, and then they have air conditioner environment, office environment, clean, neat, and there's no stack of files on the table, papers here and there. So that's a healthy environment. So it improves their morale. They love to work. It's a healthy environment. Working environment is good. That's one of the intangible benefits. Then efficiency is improved. Performance is improved because of the information system. So efficiency, performance, employee morals, customer satisfaction. Because of the information system, you have CRM, customer relationship management system, and customer has a value. They can give feedback. They have continuously interaction with the company if there is some problem, and it is fixed as early as it is reported. Like General Electric company, they have customer satisfaction is improved, and that's also intangible benefit. So I cover most of the tangible benefits and intangible benefits that are calculated in the economic feasibility. I will cover, inshallah, how to calculate project cost in the next video. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.